Hello, guys, and welcome back to the second episode of the HM Report. And today, we're talking about a serious matter here where Carolina Panthers second year edge rusher Nic Scourton out of Texas A&M, he suffered a torn ACL on his right knee during the team's first day training camp. So this is per the NFL's network Ian Rappaport, Cameron Wolf, and the NFL confirmed it. Same thing for the Panthers. Um, that is torn ACL. But Skirton will obviously, he said he will seek a second opinion to the matter, well, if it is a torn ACL or something else. Um, this is a huge blow for Carolina, obviously, coming as he was supposed to be the starter going out into week two, matched with Jalen Phillips, who just signed a big contract with Carolina for the next couple of years. But now, since he's injured, it, it's Princely Mommy Allen, who was drafted from Ole Miss last year in the third round, who will probably take his place. Um, the specifics was Skirton did go down today on the wet field during the late practice, where he immediately went down. Teammates gathered around him on one knee, and where he then held his hand over his face, and was on led to the cart, and he was taken to the training room just to then see. No, Coach Canales spoke a little bit on it, saying like they care about each other, and whenever you're in a group of people doing something hard, it has a way to create a special bond, you know, and it's just a very, very big blow to that Panthers D line, especially with the amount of injuries this team has already had, especially on defense so far. We have Turk Wharton, who's out, and we don't know when he could come back. And we have Bobby Brown, who was moving at practice, but is also on the injury report. And then you have J.C. Horn, who is going to be out for some time. Will be there week one, due to stitches. And then you then have Taylor Moton and Ike Makwanu, and who, if you haven't heard, Taylor Moton has blood clots in his lungs, and Ike Makwanu got injured during the Rams playoff game in early January. When we talk about Skirton and we talk about him more, he had a outstanding rookie season for the Panthers. In 17 games he played in, with 8 starts, he finished that season with 47 tackles and 5 sacks and 9 QB hits, while definitely turning into a starter and a future playmaker for the Carolina Panthers, um, where the Panthers were ranked 15th defense. He, it sucks for him and the Panthers, who, for Nick Scourton, who's been praised by so many, including the coach and Bryce Young and so many, how he has turned into one of the young leaders on that defense, you know, and how he's just able to go out there. But what does this mean for the Carolina Panthers? They have some options. Obviously, he is getting a second opinion. What we probably do know, it's a torn ACL. So what would happen is probably you either start Princely, who is starting under him, or you go back to then starting Pat Jones, who had the same injury that he sustained week 5 against Miami last year, which they won 27-24. He's supposed to come back from injury, obviously, but you don't want to rush him into that. Um, your second thing is you can go trade for some edge rushers, whether it be Kayvon Thibodeau, New York Giants, or some guys out in Los Angeles or any other team. You can go trade for an edge rusher that might be there, especially who has 1 year left of their contract. You can go get, and then you have some free agents edge rushers, whether it is Joey Bosa, Hassan Reddick, who could use a 1 year deal, Leonard Floyd, Von Miller, Jadeveon Clowney, Preston Smith, all those guys, especially just for 1 year, for one season. The Panthers have a lot on the line. They went 8-9. They won the division. Now they have to go win the division this year. There's a lot on the line. This is the best that they have been in many, many seasons. It would suck for them to not go to the playoffs. Win division is one thing, not going to the playoffs is another thing. They want to do both, obviously. I think for them, is obviously see how training camp goes, see how preseason goes, see who gets cut and all. Because you obviously you are a playmaker, so more teams would love to come to play for you. And obviously, when a position opens, they'll sign for right money. I think you can get Hassan Reddick on a cheap deal. Same thing for Leonard Floyd, Joey Bosa, maybe want a 1 year deal as well. You need to find something out though, especially with him not going to be playing this year. You know, it sucks for the Panthers, but really it sucks for him. And it sucks for everybody involved. But I believe as a Panthers fan, they will get through it. The team will get through it, and they will make good decisions. And I have faith in Dan Morgan that he would do the right thing to do, whether it be um, to trade for someone or sign someone, big playmaker. But we do know that Dan Morgan did sign Cam Gill. If you don't know who Cam Gill is, Cam Gill has already played for the Panthers. Cam Gill led in the UFL in sacks. He was the UFL Defensive Player of the Year um, this past season, where he racked 11 sacks, winning the championship with Louisville. But it definitely it definitely sent you somewhere. You got someone to at least right now replace him, and we'll see who gets cut, big player wise, and who makes the roster for 53 man when it comes to the cutting down to that. But this is all for today's episode. Obviously, we're going to have some more. I'll definitely try to be better with uploading these videos. But thank you and have a great day.